All right, what's up, guys? Happy Blackout Wednesday, and if you're listening to this on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. I think blackout's not a cuss word. We're good, Caleb, right?
Yeah, blackout is not. I mean, that could be a bingo term.
There we go. Welcome to ARD Asphalt Podcast. I'm Connor Ferguson, Caleb Slouha, joining me tonight. Just us two. I extended the invite to Damon, and I just did that at 6:55. My brain does not work sometimes. So, Damon, if you could have came on if I text you at 5, don't let me know. Just text me Happy Thanksgiving back, please. Love you, buddy. Lots of stuff with NASCourt that broke late Friday night, late in the week, last week. But it's seriously, all of it that came out is super compelling, and that's probably what we're going to talk about. I did write down some more fun questions. Damon just texted me back. He might be watching. He said he'll be on the road soon, so he's out. Appreciate you, buddy, if you are.
It would have been really funny if he just texted you Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, man. So we're going to get to all that. I have some fun questions, but since Noah and Josh aren't here, maybe we save them. But we can always come up with different stupid ones anyway. That's just a fun holiday thing I wanted to do because we didn't have literally anything last week. I mean, the cupboard was bare. So we got some compelling stuff this week. I'm excited to get into it. But real quick, thank you to Chris Weiser and the Weiser companies. They hopped on board during the Knoxville Nationals, made our 10 biggest days of the year just a little bit bigger. So I really appreciate them and their support and what Chris does for us and what we're going to be able to do in 2026, and a lot of cool stuff in the works. So I can't wait to, one, give you guys hints about it once we finally talk about stuff, and two, some of the off-season stuff we're going to do around here over the next few months as well. So a lot of cool stuff coming, but I won't delay it any longer. Let's get this thing kicked off. All right, so Caleb and I both drinking. It is Blackout Wednesday. That's what they call it. That is what they call it in college, at the very least. That's the only place I learned it from. I had no clue before I went to Iowa State that this holiday, the night before Thanksgiving, was called Blackout Wednesday. And the tradition aspect of it is everyone goes back to their hometowns, and they go out with their friends. So I've done it a couple times. I definitely I don't know why anyone wants to be super hungover on Thanksgiving, but I suppose everyone kind of gets off work and that's the whole thing. But I've always called it Blackout Wednesday. Some people call it Drinksgiving. I think Blackout Wednesday is a way cooler name. But as soon as I asked Caleb if he's heard of it, he ran upstairs and grabbed that bottle of wine. So real trooper. So you've never heard of Blackout Wednesday?
No, I have. I just have forgotten about it. One, because I'm old, and two, because I grew up and moved away from my high school and everything. And
you're telling me to close the yearbook right now? Is that wow.
I'm not one of those people that you go back to your hometown and you go you drive past the one park that's in the town and it's the same 4 people playing basketball in the park that have been playing basketball in the park for 15 years. And
that's cool. Okay, the playing basketball thing, that's sentimental. That's pretty sweet if you're playing basketball with those same kids for that long of a time. Same guys, I suppose.
Yeah, don't bother doing anything with your life. Just
play basketball?
Just stay in your town of 400 people and play basketball with the same.
I get the small town, it's the same people at the restaurants and stuff. The basketball, you gave a poor example.
Restaurants, the towns I'm talking about don't have restaurants, sir.
They don't have a diner? They don't have one. They don't got any. They don't got a Walmart. That's something small towns have. They have one big shopping center, and it's different everywhere.
Their highlight is they just recently got a Dollar General.
There you go. What town is this? Actually, probably don't say it. You don't need to trash.
Yeah, at this point, we're not gonna. I mean, I'm not naming a one in specific, but keep in mind, I went to the second biggest school district in Iowa. And that's
Who went
not
to the first?
that's not like biggest as far as like people. That's as far as land coverage. So
Oh, way to mislead that one.
it is very possible. Like our buses, you could sit on a bus for 45 minutes going from your house to the school. So
Oh yeah, no, that sucks. That's the drive I made for the ex-boyfriend, the Des Moines to Ames. Yeah. Jeez, Caleb. Way to take things just downhill.
wait, I got this.
Yeah, we're good now. Beautiful. All right. We're okay. So we got three big things here. We got the SRX debacle that revived the dead Twitter page for one day. We got the Richard Childress debacle, which was not to no fault of Richard's, surprisingly. And we've got Saudi Arabia. Where do you want to go first?
Richard Childress and Saudi Arabia in the same sentence is certainly something wild.
They're opposite, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, we can get started with the NASCourt / texts.
Okay, well, two of those were the NASCourt texts, so we'll do the Richard Childress. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
They're all tied together. I mean,
they are. Let's do Childress because I think the other ones can relate to one another a little bit. Which is not good because I did these out of order. So some texts were exposed in the NASCourt trial process. Things that were requested and I guess were these put into the case, Caleb? Caleb, you aren't our NASCourt expert. I would wager you know more law than I do.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I got to remember there was part of it that was not going to be allowed to be seen by the jury, and I feel like it was the Childress stuff.
I believe so too, which I think is stupid. Do they have phones?
Well, their reasoning is because essentially it's just going to be seen as like more like drama rather than like related to the facts of the case. Would
I be infringing on the case if I encouraged people to seek out those on the jury and send them these text messages?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing that, but if I were to do that, I mean,
let's not do that.
I didn't. I'm not saying. Please don't send them. Do not.
First off, the jury hasn't even been terrible, yet, but
oh well, perfect. That's good. So when it is picked, don't seek them out and send them these text messages of NASCAR President Steve Phelps. I'm just going to read the text here. This is a message to Brian Herbst. It says, "I agree with you. Did you give them some sense of how bad things are out there? Childress needs to be taken out back and flogged. He's a stupid redneck who owes his entire fortune to NASCAR." Brian Herbst sent him a message. I don't know if this was a direct reply. I assume it was pretty close. He says, "Getting a little testy. OD," I believe that's Steve O'Donnell, "doing a great job on the hot seat, but there's a lot of, quote, we'll discuss internally, and, quote, want to get together in a room, etc." Steve Phelps says, "These guys are short-sighted and self-serving. Childress is an idiot. If they don't like the state of the sport, sell your charter and get out." In another text, Steve Phelps said, "Did I mention that Childress is an idiot?" To which Brian Herbst laughed at. Steve also said in a text, "If he's that," and this is NASCAR President Steve Phelps, "if he's that angry and apparently he has, sign your charter extension and sell. He's not smart, is a dinosaur, and a malcontent. He's worth a couple $100 million every dollar associated with NASCAR in some fashion. Total ass clown." Ass clown hyphenated, not the other way around. Just
It's just not a good look. I mean, and that's I feel like those texts coming out in public definitely do harm to NASCAR. Even if they're not seen in court, obviously
I don't know how you lead the sport after those texts come out. And what have you said about other team owners?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's just that. And, we're going to see with some of the other texts too of it's a mess. I mean, I can't imagine everybody's going to have feelings and, everything like that. But to say that stuff in text messages is just crazy about your shareholders, nonetheless. I mean, you're talking on one hand, you've got Richard Childress, right, who obviously had a gripe with NASCAR, and he's had gripes here and there for the last several years. But ultimately, I mean, this is one of the longest running people, involved in the sport outside of the Wood brothers and, some others. But he's been around forever and been a large part of NASCAR, including the most popular driver that NASCAR's probably ever had.
Still has. That entity, Dale Earnhardt as an entity, is still very much a brand and a thing, right?
Yeah.
Like it is an existing, like the total thing. It transcends, what any of your current drivers are doing, for better or worse, right? And not, as you were saying, probably what, third most famous?
I mean,
NASCAR team of all time.
It's up there, and it's
Team Penske, and it's hard. It's easy to look at their recent results and put them behind people that they used to be ahead of. But yeah, I mean, it's probably top 3 easily.
Yeah,
in terms of fame.
And it's one thing to be frustrated with somebody's comments and be angry or whatnot on it, but to resort to name calling on somebody like that, and even to say that
that's where I don't care. Call people names if you will, but you better have a reason for it.
Are we 6?
I call myself a dickhead all the time, Caleb.
Well, that's you. But also to say that he needs to be flogged.
That's the most wild. I was going to ask you what that means. I have no idea. If you are watching this and in the comments know the definition of flogged, it would be appreciated. No producer on this show. I'm going solo.
Essentially, I mean, it's being beaten. Like, it's core.
Like getting flogged.
Well, yeah.
It's such a weird. To resort to using the word flogged is more offensive than any name you could call somebody.
It's just such a bad look. And I don't know.
Is there any way he's the president when this trial is over?
I'm kind of surprised he's not done yet.
Okay, I was just hoping you would say no, but
listen,
I'm also surprised with you. I want these guys out. I mean, this is. Come on, man. I get it. They're text to people, and the SRX text will. It adds another layer to this. I am inserting my opinion on that, so I probably should have waited to ask that question. But
well, listen, I would also have been surprised that their chief hype man is still employed, but he's still employed. So at this point, Steve Phelps might just be around for the long haul.
Technically, he's still won the battle. The format has not changed. Do you think that comes out December 1st?
Oh no, that's no. You
gotta throw some positive PR out on court day 1. Come on.
Something to say, look over here.
Maybe put a slogan under there that says the format for everybody. Something that's playing to the monopoly thing. That's what I would lean into it if I was NASCAR marketing. They have nothing to do with it, right? I would absolutely lean into all this. I'd be tweeting Ted videos every day. That would get me fired. But.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, their new playoff system is like a Monopoly board.
Oh, yeah. There you go. No, that'd be fan. Did someone do that? Did I see someone do that?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen
Okay.
it. So
I don't-
sorry if I took your idea.
No, you're good.
Random person out there. But yeah, so that stuff not going to be allowed into court. The SRX stuff, including there's one particular line in with the SRX stuff that I think is going to be super damning.
What the fuck, NASCAR on Reddit? I just realized I did not have the full SRX texts, and they've removed the thread about the SRX.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, dickheads. Why'd they do that?
Let me go see if I can find it.
No, it's okay. I got one here. Thanks to Racer.com. Appreciate you guys over there. This is from Kelly Crandall. It says NASCAR executives were not thrilled about their stars participating in Superstar Racing Experience SRX, the now defunct All-Star Series staged at short oval tracks, as revealed by text messages included in exhibits in the ongoing antitrust lawsuit. Oh, Josh is here. Holy shit. Oh my God. This is the closest thing to a WWE Royal Rumble we've ever had. He just surprised joined.
I've made it.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just working
Are you
late.
celebrating Blackout Wednesday?
No.
No. Well, why don't you tell me the rules, Caleb?
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. No, we'll have a fun episode. Good. I wrote down the questions, and now I did not waste my time. Or yours, Caleb.
I'm filling the screen. Now there's
You have such a big head compared to me. That was the most 5-year-old discovery ever.
If you want to read through the text and stuff, so these are the ones that the jury should be allowed to see, which I do think, as far as the case goes, is important.
Please do not seek out any jury members and send these directly to their phones. Do not do that. That would be mean and wrong.
It would be more than mean. It's
what I'm trying to discourage them from doing it, Caleb. Oh, Caleb said I could get in trouble if I encourage people to seek out members of the jury and show them these mean texts that call Richard Childress an idiot. So I'm not encouraging anyone to do that.
I might.
Oh yeah. Well,
no, we're not. We're not doing that, Josh.
Okay.
Josh is not affiliated with Always Race Day, and
well, don't do that. He's definitely affiliated.
It's getting worse.
He was in the description last week, and he wasn't even on the show.
yeah, I was on the show and wasn't even in the description.
Fuck, my bad, man. I'm sorry. How many times? Caleb made me
there in
text him sorry
spirit, man.
every day for the last week. All right, these texts. Remind me to turn off my heater in a second, because I'm toasting in here. I just did not change for my work outfit. What was that? Someone getting text from Steve Phelps? Don't want to read them?
Nope.
We'll see you in 2 years.
He said that you should be taken out back and beaten.
Blog me, buddy. That's my message, Joe.
God, I don't like that.
Okay, so this is I don't know if we know who is texting this. It says, "Oh great, another owner racing an SRX." Steve O'Donnell replies and says, "This is NASCAR, pure and simple. Enough. We need legal to take a shot at this. These guys are just," and this is Steve Phelps now, "these guys are just plain stupid. Need to put a knife in this trash series." Third member, unnamed, he says, "Agreed. But the race weekends are too long. The schedule is too long. Need more time with my family. Total bullshit." That is just part of the text. And this is a different thread, and with Steve O'Donnell, Ben Kennedy, and an unnamed person. I assume it might be the same person. I don't know, though. And I'll just go through that as quick as I can here. Steve O'Donnell says, "Justin Marks is racing SRX, ? Ben Kennedy said, "Saw that too. Disappointing." Unnamed guy. Unnamed he, she, or they, or whatever. Whatever you go by. They just don't get it. I'm sure it's cool for Justin to get behind the wheel, but there's no regard for the bigger picture. Maybe that's on us for not giving them that incentive. I don't know. but you've now got Marks, Chase, Tony, and Blaney racing on the network that competes against our rights holders. They outrated Xfinity and trucks last weekend. It isn't some local dirt track stuff. Steve O'Donnell says, actually, you have one of the voices of Fox and Waltrip, an owner of multiple COO cars in Stewart. That might be World of Outlaws. I don't know. It might be just 2 cars, and he didn't know how to spell. I'm really not sure with that guy. An owner of multiple cars in Stewart, our most popular driver for years and one of our champs' fathers, etc. This is Exhibit A that nobody gives a shit about what got them their careers. Pay them some money and they're all in. The guy who cried about safety every day is in a box car without safer barriers and not a care in the world. And by the way, who does Curtis have hanging with MJ over the weekend in Nashville? Not Ben or me or Prime or anyone. It's Marty Smith from ESPN. Coincidence? Lots to get our arms around, but sadly, any goodwill seems to be lost. So smiles all around, but behind the scenes, we scheme and we win. Then Steve O'Donnell also said, wait till Junior says he is running an event. Matter of time. They will go to North Wilkesboro with SM, Speedway Motorsports probably, and Junior if we are not careful. We need to be the first ones back there. And then this other guy says, agreed. North Wilkesboro and Bowman Gray next year with Junior and friends if we don't make moves. Steve O'Donnell says, how about this for All-Star making a combo Bowman and North Wilkesboro Friday, Sunday. And yeah, that's about the useful stuff. I don't want to keep reading paragraphs of kind of worthless shit, but so yeah, they were extremely paranoid about SRX and wanted to legally take a shot at them and try to end the series because they were racing for their TV rights partners, competitors.
Yeah, on a what Thursday night or whatever.
Yeah.
Thursday nights of the summer. Six weeks of the year.
6 weeks of the year on a channel.
What happens on NASCAR on a Thursday night?
Like
they've tried midweek races and they couldn't get ratings on.
Well, and if you're gonna call it a trash series, but also it quickly overtook your bottom 2 series in ratings on a Thursday night, it doesn't sound like it's so trash. The biggest sentence in there for me, as far like from a jury standpoint, I think is the behind the scenes we scheme and we win. I think that's going to be looked at very, very poorly because you're openly basically saying, you know, this is a threat and we need to get rid of them. And I think that's going to be, you know, pretty notable for the courts.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hope it is included in that stuff. And it certainly, I don't think it proves that they are a monopoly, but it certainly shows that they think like one. And
well, and even
I thought Ben Kennedy was a nice guy, and his disappointing text, but you see, he's smart. Man, a few words. We're not coming in here yelling about him. We're talking about the Steves.
Yeah, well, and that's, I mean, he is probably the less evil of all of that.
It is the lesser of 3 evils. It's a 3-headed dog running NASCAR, yeah?
But yeah, I mean, that whole conversation is, I think, going to be a huge focal point for the trial, because you're basically, you've got a couple different parts in there. We've got the scheme and we win, like I talked about. But then we also have we think that they're going to go to this track and this track in the next couple of years. So we need to beat them to the punch. And, you know, we need to, you know, basically try to, you know, get one step ahead of them. And to a point, yeah, that's competition. But I mean, when you're just trying to close the door on anybody that, you know, would even be seen as a remote competitor, which all the fans have voiced on Twitter this past week or so, they didn't even see SRX as a competitor to NASCAR. They just saw it as a fun racing series. And so, if a fun racing series can't even exist, then it seems pretty obvious that, NASCAR is being monopolistic.
Sorry, if you heard the fan going in the background, I had to turn that. The heater kicks on and kicks off, so I went to turn it off before.
Kind of how heaters work, Connor.
My bad. I didn't know what flogging was.
You
I'm
know.
learning about heaters. I got a ham through the radio station for Thanksgiving. Didn't know you had to thaw it as long. We took it out of the fridge or freezer at like 4:30. So I'm hopeful. I don't know how long it has to thaw out though. Learning a lot of new stuff today is the point.
It's good. Proud of you.
And learning about lawyer infringements, which we will not be doing. Caleb's a great PR guy.
You don't want to taint a jury. But speaking, I don't
No,
do you have any
I don't
more
want to see the jury's taint either.
Do you have any more to say regarding those texts? Because
I can't believe they were intimidated by SR fucking X.
It's insane to me.
It's a 6-race series. Sorry to shout. No more outbursts from me, sir.
a little bit softer now. Thank you. Connor gets it.
That's good. That's good. You want to go to Saudi Arabia?
No, not yet. So I have something kind of related to that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how I want to. So basically, going into that, one of the decisions that was made this week as well, Michael Jordan is going to be the corporate representative for 2311. That's hilarious. And you want to talk about tainting a jury. So basically, if there's anything in specific that like is only related to like everybody has to, not be involved. It can only be like the lawyers, the judge, the jury, witness, whatever. If it's very limited, Denny Hamlin might not be able to be a part of that given his role. But because Michael Jordan is the corporate representative, he is allowed to be in all of that progress that, they're working through behind the scenes. And the ultimate goal of a jury, when you're picking it, is going to be to find people that don't know anything about NASCAR, don't really know anything about racing. Like they're really going to try to, pick those people out. But Joshua.
And that gets a lot harder, right? When you have a jury of charlatans.
Well, so what team did Michael Jordan own in basketball?
Own?
Well,
it had to be the Indiana Pacers. They're racing team.
I was going to say, he played for the Chicago Bulls, and then he went to the Washington Wizards, and then he also proceeded to be the owner of the Charlotte Bobcats.
And the Hornets.
Now the Hornets.
Yeah. So he owned the basketball team in Charlotte. And let's be real honest here. Anybody that doesn't really follow NASCAR.
North Carolina. He played at North Carolina, too. That's
a good point.
I suppose. No, I was also going over it, so it sounded condescending the way I said it to you guys. But yeah, I was also. That's one of the biggest brands in basketball. Like people, they were talking about Feast Week this week in that. Oh well, the Players Era doesn't have any fans there because you don't have Duke or UNC. And I'm like, you think just because it's North Carolina they'd fill it up? And it's like, yeah, okay, wow.
But like. We'll put this in my shoes from a guy that cares nothing about basketball or anything like that.
Yeah, we'll get both sides of the coin here. If
I don't know anybody in the room, but boy, howdy, one of the sides is represented by Michael Jordan. It gives you an advantage. I promise you that.
It's an intimidation factor.
I mean,
it's not like Steve Phelps looks like a redneck idiot.
Nobody's gonna know who Steve Phelps is. Nobody's gonna care, but. Hey, look over there. That's Michael fucking Jordan. Like
that's 6'8" Michael Jordan.
Brad Doherty over there on his side.
Nobody's gonna know who that is.
It was a height thing. It was a height. It was.
Oh,
Yeah,
It was
Lord.
a high
I'm gonna
joke.
set it. That's on me. I'll go back to the drawing board.
I give the point of
The
your
point
statement.
is, even if you go to try to find, the people that are not going to be biased in this case, it's going to be really hard to find people that don't know who Michael Jordan is.
And one thing I do know about juries is it's the opposition. Is that correct? They get to pick the jurors.
Well, both sides technically get to.
Okay, but they will be picking like.
Yeah, so basically,
it's borderline racist. I'll put it like that. Like they will pick any demographic that suits their case. They will try to connect. I'm doing it. I shouldn't say it's borderline racist. It is in itself, but they're trying to pick people that
We're
like.
treading on thin ice, pal.
That's what it's not. Come on, I'm not. This is not
both
like a
sides will
problematic.
get to pick a certain amount of people that they want to exclude and
They
not
get
have.
very specific on the information that they know, the things they do, the things they watch. So in some cases, skin color comes into.
I mean,
I should just insert the macrodosing podcast I was listening to, and just
All
use
right,
that.
well-
Just be like, go click on that link if you want to learn how my brain works. And it's like I learned that. But they will go to those.
Could figure out how your brain works.
we're going heavy.
No one can do it. No one can do it, and I'm sorry I'm butchering this so poorly.
We're going
so
heavy
badly.
into the government jury trial justice system tonight. We've talked about tainting.
This is why we need NASCourt expert Noah.
We
I
talked about
appointed him
tainting.
for a
We talked
reason.
about taints.
We've talked about tainting the jury, and now Connor has basically said picking a jury is racist.
Well, it can be. Who's more likely to know Michael Jordan, a black basketball fan or a white guy?
This thing is not making it to YouTube.
We're on it live. No,
Stop us now.
but it is inherently there are some cases where that is like questions they would ask you, and I think being on a jury should be a job, but I'm not going to get into that take. I've done that before on this show.
Okay, well, Saudi Arabia.
Let's talk about them.
Speaking of, we're just going from the transitioning of Connor talking about racism to let's go to a different country.
So, when the Race Team Alliance was formed, and I guess I'm presenting this as well. I should probably have my stuff on. When that was, being a deal here, they had a presentation presented to the teams. They wanted to have a race in Saudi Arabia. They were going to do it without NASCAR. I'm just going to read the intro paragraph. It says, in our original discussion with Justin Marks, he has suggested utilizing TA2 cars to hold a yearly race event in Oman, might be Oman, probably Oman, with American/RTA, that's the Race Team Alliance, RTA Racing Stars, then leaving the cars for the Omanis to continue racing. Our initial studies show the cost may be the same whether we use TA2 cars, late models, or build our own car. We would still be jumping through the same hurdles with shipping, importing, duties, taxes, and sales issues with either car. We will need to get an opinion from an importer with knowledge on this. And they had a whole thing about which cars they wanted to use. Basically, they were going to buy or build 20 cars. They were going to go down there and race them. And then they were going to leave them there and let Saudi Arabians have their own racing league. And I don't know who would be appointed owners in that. I don't know if it'd be a great idea. I would hope Mohammed bin Salman would be in a car. That would be what my hope would be. But this was the option. There's two track options: a street circuit through the streets of Oman's capital, Muscat. Definitely didn't pronounce that one right. or a temporary oval track inside Sultan Qaboos Stadium. That's a Q, A, B, and then two O's next to each other with an S at the end. I did it as best I could, Caleb. So one thing I do want to say about this, fun story, a media member I'm pretty close with was, I think he's fine with me saying this now, but it's like, man, imagine like NASCAR teams not racing in NASCAR, like the sport splitting up like that would be insane. And he kind of, he gave me, there's smoke, there's fire, but he said it was way closer to happening than you could imagine. And these plans were including all the teams. Justin Marks was at the helm of it too. And they were planning to race this exhibition race in Saudi Arabia. And there was obviously the plans of NASCAR on if these team owners decided to split from the sport. We're very close to a split 3 years ago. A lot closer than people think.
Well, I don't know. I think NASCAR would have been fine with Justin Marks going and running somewhere else. Everything we've seen so far indicates that they would just be okay with that.
I was like, what are you?
No,
I knew I couldn't get through to you on the last topic. I was wondering if I just missed it again.
No, with this, Justin Marks probably should hire some security because some NASCAR executives might show up to flog him soon. My only question in all this is why Saudi Arabia?
Money.
Yeah, that's. I'm a WWE guy, and they're freaking going down there for the Royal Rumble.
Okay,
it's weird.
They also have one of the sickest tracks ever, so I really hope they race it there.
Let's stand for something on this show, Josh.
I'm sorry.
Let's stand for equality. Okay, it's illegal. It's illegal to be me and Caleb down there. All right.
I just know that Saudi Arabia is the track that I always kicked Caleb's ass in Forza in.
What a poll.
Yeah.
Hey, but I got a video game question for you. We'll save that for the fun.
I didn't have certain setup rights when we went there though for some reason, so that was a big part of it.
You didn't have setup rights?
Yeah, I've had.
What the fuck does that mean?
My rights were infringed upon whenever we were racing there. I didn't have access to half the settings that Josh.
Did Josh tell you that hey, just hit that button? I would do
No,
that to my friends.
he's making a reference that he wouldn't have rights in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, no, Josh. He's right. Yeah, you should have to re-race them.
Okay.
We'll do it sometime. We'll get together. I'm writing down this question for you so I don't forget it. Oh, you don't have anything to add on racing in Saudi Arabia?
I have not, I guess, really seen much about this, so I don't have much of the input. So I was definitely thrown off by the topic being brought up.
Oh, my bad.
I just haven't seen anything about it, I guess.
You didn't look at it in the rundown that Connor sent over?
Fuck off.
I was gonna say I was looking for a rundown. I didn't see a rundown. I was trying to get clip notes as I was loading up the.
Everyone knows for holiday shows we don't do rundowns. I just texted you the photos.
Or shows on days that end in Y.
I did rundowns every day with a broken leg. Every day I was creating mock rundowns in case we had to have an emergency show that night.
Mock ones that never saw day.
Yeah, did you not get my emails?
No, because for a while you had my email.
They must have got sent with the Steve Phelps text. My bad.
For a while you had my email blocked, so I probably didn't get that.
That is the funniest part. Caleb was sending me thumbnails, and I'm like, dude, I didn't get it. And I searched his address, and then it was it said blocked on there, and I didn't know you could block people on email, so I don't know.
I just want to say, if anybody out there is watching, I've been left off the description of the show. He's blocked my email, so if there's any union representatives out there.
the panic of him like trying to set that off.
There's a few buttons I gotta hit to go from comment section to that video.
Please tell me you saw my comment, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Okay, so Caleb, Josh, and Noah like to use the private chat, which I also never
I
look
am
at.
not getting put in this.
Listen, there's some things that we say that we can't say out.
I figured the comment would be, God, Connor's such an idiot.
Well, that should just be pinned on each show.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Yeah, did you look at those tracks, Josh? Look at the pictures of the tracks. I do think that's cool, the stadium.
I was looking at it, yeah. Very interesting. So they wouldn't even run it at the Grand Prix track?
Is the Grand Prix track the street circuit?
No.
Then I guess not.
Keep in mind they were talking about running late models, possibly. So
Probably that stupid ass FIA dipshits thing. See, I say it openly. Learn from me. You can just talk shit on people if you want.
To be fair, that track is probably not equipped to have like stock cars on.
Yeah, especially late models.
What do you mean? There's no like high. Okay, never mind. There's that long straightaway. That's a high speed.
There's no long straight. Oh wait, there is that one. That one long straight.
And then there's that long sweeping turn that you can probably hold wide open on. Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say, name an F1 track that doesn't have a long straightaway. Don't actually, because I'm sure there is one. But
Monaco.
Okay. Should have thought that.
All right, we'll get into the fun questions. Josh, did you listen last week?
I didn't get a chance to.
Oh, we were going to give you a $50 gift card. How'd you listen? So, my bad. Maybe next Christmas.
The best part was it was a $50 gift card to anything in the back half of Spencer's.
Just the back half.
That's completely worthless.
Okay.
I was just scrolling through some things, and I don't know if you talked about in the first 17 minutes that I wasn't here, but why would we expect Brent Cruz to get a waiver?
Because they've done it in the past for age-related.
To my knowledge, I think they haven't.
Well, I have a strong opinion on this. Fuck yeah. The age rule is so fucking stupid when you have Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart sitting there in your Hall of Fame. They were racing and kicking adults' ass when they were 12. Brent's what, 17? Let him fucking race. God damn. It's annoying.
It's insurance.
It's statues outside. Hey, look at how these guys got successful. And then other people tried to do the same thing. They're like, no, you can't do that.
That's insurance. Welcome.
Tell insurance to fuck off too.
Well, good luck with
I'm on a warpath tonight. It's Blackout Wednesday.
No, I don't know who they've done it with, but there's definitely at least one other person that has.
Well, and here's my issue with that, though, is Talladega's a playoff race. Well, I guess he's probably going to be 18 by then, wouldn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Kind of odd that you care so much.
Yeah, Josh.
I'm making bad jokes tonight.
Why are you so
you two?
Why are you so concerned with Brent Cruz?
That's you two.
Now I'm gonna get the FBI watching, but I'm gonna look Brent Cruz.
We were not encouraging any
birthday.
Jury infringement or discretion.
He turns 18 in March, so yeah.
What day?
30th.
I just want to see if we shared a birthday. We do not. I share a birthday with Steph Curry, though. Pretty cool.
I always thought there was like one, and I can't remember who it was.
I feel like
that
there was
didn't get a waiver.
Solwich, but I don't know for sure.
One what?
It was mid 2010s. And
Dylan Kwasniewski.
No, there's been somebody recently too, but moral of the story is they've done it in the past. Moral of the story is waivers don't mean shit because everybody gets a waiver. So
you could stub your toe and miss a race, and they'd give you a waiver.
Let's give them one. Okay, so these questions are sometimes they're racing, sometimes they're random. I wrote down like 8 or 9. My question for you, Josh.
Is
So
it-
this guy, what? Brad Reynolds said the Saudi princes have enough money to develop pod racers.
Yeah,
Does that mean podcast racers? Because I'd like to put mine in.
it's a Star Wars joke.
I know what. Jesus.
This man doesn't know Star Wars, so
I don't either.
I knew the thing. I was trying to make an intellectual joke.
No, you're good. Josh, I need you to find me. Okay, is Assetto Corsa? It's like a racing sim. It's like a computer game, yeah?
what now?
Have you heard of this?
That was my
Assetto
lightsaber.
Corsa?
I have not.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Anyway, there's a cool guy was looked like an iRacing setup. He was playing the Mach 5 from Speed Racer on one of the Speed Racer tracks.
Okay.
And then someone said it'd be sick if they ever do a Hot Wheels Acceleracers track. And someone quote tweeted it with a video of someone on a different iRacing setup playing a Hot Wheels Acceleracers track. And it's now my lifelong dream to just play both those tracks in those cars on someone's iRacing setup and just do that for an hour. And then we'll get drunk and do a podcast.
Agreed.
So if anyone out there if you ever dream of that, let me know. Because I can't afford any of that. So that was my first fun question. The second one.
What was the question? Just
there
knowing.
was one. Your favorite. Ooh.
What was that?
What's the first rule you would make if you were in charge of NASCAR?
I know what it would be.
Then say it. We're
No,
on
I
a
know.
question and answer podcast.
I know what Josh's would be.
You don't know what mine would be. And I'll switch it on you just so you're wrong.
Josh's would be bring back the Monster Energy girls.
No.
That'll be a wild first rule.
He says, no, but his face has turned into a TV.
No, I have a ring light now, so you can tell whether it is or not.
That is super nice of you to get that because people were asking if the Undertaker was on our show, and I had to tell them no.
The people, as in Caleb.
I was getting congratulation texts like that's a big get, man. Like good for you.
Oh, Caleb's out.
Jesus, Caleb.
I would make practices longer.
That's the first rule you would make?
To be fair,
I was going to say that no matter what you said.
To be fair, the first thought that came to my mind was to run the series like IMSA.
IMSA. It's IMSA. I did the same. I'd call it the same thing sometimes. So mine is I'm mandating 2 dirt tracks a year. So I'm screw more horsepower, screw everything else. Steve Phelps can stay 2 dirt tracks a year.
My role would be more restricted plates, and Caleb legally binding has to watch them.
That's actually fucking genius. Yeah, no.
No, that's just dumb.
They don't have restrictor plates anymore, do they?
I
don't think. Yeah, they don't have restrictor plates anymore. That's why we have to call them super speedways.
Yeah, but it's the same fucking thing, man.
I know, but
They're restricted
Yeah.
everywhere now because NASCAR.
This is true.
sucks.
hey,
There's-
Caleb.
There's this tree, right? And it's the tree of Sucky. And on one branch you have the NASCAR executives, and then on the other branch you have Graham Ray Hall.
Then at the top is the driver of the number 1 car.
Sure.
Okay. All right. First rule change you would make if you were in charge of IndyCar.
Oh,
Go back to Texas.
get rid of Graham Ray.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, wait, can I cut that? Am I allowed to cut that of me saying get rid of Graham Ray Hall? And then Connor goes, oh, I like that. I like that.
What's the best way to? Because I can't send the video over email, right?
I'll just copy it right out of
You
you.
can. Yeah, you can clip it off YouTube. That's fine.
I have technology.
Better not fucking tweet it. I'm gonna tweet a longer. Well, this sucks because now I've Maybe I'll cut the 20 seconds in between that part and this part where I go, Graham Rahaal's the best. Why would you want to get rid of him?
And then I'll cut between that part and this part and then go back to that previous part.
We're in a cutoff.
It's good old Mexican standoff.
First thing I would do with IndyCar, man, oh man, oh man.
Can I do my second thing behind mandate Iowa Speedway be back on the schedule?
Yeah, I was gonna say Iowa Speedway because
we can call that an umbrella rule. Everyone goes to the next one. Yeah.
Well, that was my idea.
Oh, that's your only one?
Josh said Texas.
Dude, Texas is electric too.
Electric.
I forgot we don't have an IndyCar race in Iowa anymore. My
But
bad.
he said Texas before Iowa Speedway, and I think he should be flogged for that.
Where's my? Oh, I got Texas logos on both.
Texas is electric.
Texas was electric. Iowa was better, but Texas was electric. Also, old Iowa was better than.
That's
Brad Reynolds. He says, "I'd bring back tobacco sponsors and also the Monster Energy drinks." So you're not
Brad
alone,
gets
Josh.
it. Brad gets it.
Oh, you were the one that just told me you wouldn't do that. So get out of here.
Wouldn't be my rule.
Besides Iowa Speedway, I would say increasing the schedule by adding a couple more ovals.
I concur with Caleb, but I would make fun of Formula One more and imitate them when they're stupid, especially with how they present their drivers.
Okay. That was real
What?
productive.
I
think it'd be funny, and it would get you attention.
In controversy.
How does it feel that the guy that dominated he won half the races last year? He historically one of the best seasons in IndyCar of all time. Says, I've driven an F1 car. Doesn't interest me. I like it over here. That should be the fucking biggest thing we're talking about for the whole offseason.
Yeah, that's why Mick Schumacher's coming.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Romain Grosjean, part 2. I'm sorry, Roman. My bad. That was an insult to Roman. To compare him with Mickey.
I think
Mickey
Mick will
Mouse
be
over there.
successful.
Really?
Might not win, like at least in the first year or two, but I think he'll be successful.
He might not
What
win
makes
ever.
what makes you think that?
He might not win ever. Look at the car he's driving.
Well, the last one was helped, funded partially by Putin. So
I will make a bet right now with you, Connor. That
all you have to say is Putin's a hockky guy, and I should like him. That's all you. That's how you get out of this.
Mick Schumacher will finish higher in the points than Graham Rahal.
Oh!
I'll take it. I have to do it on principle, but
Ow!
only on the condition that I can get Graham Rahal on here and tell him about it.
Afterwards.
We'll make the bet. I'm saying it's only a good bet if we get him on the show and I can tell him about the bet.
I mean, I don't
after the season's over.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I want him to know that he has one intention on the track every Saturday, and it's to take out Mick Schumacher for my stupid ass
The
bet.
car that he invests money in, yeah, he'll take him out.
Well, yeah, that could be
Which,
fair.
by the way, who did RLL recently just hire, Josh?
Louis Foster.
They got the guy from Arrow.
The guy.
What's his name? Jim Spain. He had a pretty normal white guy name, and we kept saying everyone's one Tim Green away. What?
Oh, Lord Almighty!
What was his name? It was like Austin Green or so. I guarantee you, I'm so fucking close to it.
Okay. Austin Green is a NASCAR Xfinity Series driver.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
Austin Green is, yes, he's a road course god. He has an ARCA win this year.
How many road course aces am I going to not know on this fucking podcast? Jesus Christ.
Austin Green has a ARCA win on an oval.
This year?
Yes.
That's where ARCA's at. Sorry, guys. I love ARCA. What the Caleb, that's trippy. Don't do that. Josh, did you see they hired like Arrow's like what was it, head of engineering?
Yeah, Jim Green. Awesome.
Was it Jim Green?
Oh,
Oh,
it's like Dave.
you're always one Jim Green away.
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, heater of a next question. I will tell you. I'm with you on bringing back Nazareth, Brad. Are you ready for the next question, or are you still looking this up, Josh?
You can fire away while I'm looking.
We will move on. Okay, where do you currently stand on Kyle Busch breaking the guitar and victory lane at Nashville?
What?
I thought it was cool.
Something that we haven't stopped talking about.
Yeah, we did. I don't know.
I thought it was cool.
Listen, it's
So he broke a custom handmade, hand-painted guitar that was designed by the now deceased and beloved. Is it beloved? Loved? Very well loved. And very talented artist, Sam Bass, designed these guitars that you win after winning at Nashville. And Kyle, in 2007, smashed it. It's one of the most iconic victory lanes in NASCAR history. And it was very... You could cut the tension with the knife in the media the week after he did it. So I thought it would be funny to bring one of those back. And I thought Caleb would hate it.
Was definitely his right to do that. I would not have done that just because like it's such a beautiful masterpiece and like it would have been a really cool thing, but you know.
What do you consider me if I would do the same thing and then put the smashed up wrecked pieces of the guitar on my mantle in like a case?
I mean,
It's not like he threw them away, so
yeah, it just
do you think those pieces are out there, and do you think they're a set or just one piece separate?
Oh, I'm sure they've been pieced out by now. I mean, at the very least, given to the crew or what have you. I mean, I'm sure it's not all together.
Okay. Name a
Jay Fry, Josh.
Yeah,
what?
that's the name.
It is not Jay Fry. Is it really?
It is Jay Fry.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Wait,
It is.
it is not.
It
The
is.
president of IndyCar is not the name of the guy that just got hired at Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan.
It is Gavin Ward.
Gavin Ward. You're always a Gavin Ward away. Was it not Gavin Ward?
So it is Gavin Ward.
Okay, good. Can't wait to see what he does.
He used to be an F1 engineer.
Oh, that's yick. Maybe he knows how to make cars go fast. They didn't want to make them go fast over there. Who knows?
I was literally reading the name Jay Fry when you said that, and I was like, that's not right.
I had to double check because I didn't want to say anything questionable on the show. I would never do
But
that.
I just laughed out loud because I saw Gavin Ward. I was like, oh yeah, Connor, you were so close to that name.
In hindsight, less close than I thought. All right. A driver who would thrive in a different series. You can't pick Kyle Larson. And why would he thrive there? Example.
Any
Ross
series.
Chastain in monster trucks because he hits everything else on the track. That's just an example. Didn't say that.
Any series.
You can go as wild as you want with this.
I mean, I could say the obvious answer and say Christopher Bell on sprint cars.
Okay, done. Let's do ones that aren't
My
already in
blasphemy
existence.
one?
That's why Kyle Larson wasn't counted.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say
said
Christopher
Kyle
Bell.
Larson for that reason, and
And then I said, oh, here's an easy one. I could name
Yeah,
Ricky Stenhouse
that's-
Jr. I
that's
could
fair.
name
I did
Christopher
leave that
Bell.
open. Did leave that open.
In the Cup Series?
Cup or IndyCar.
Cup or
So another example, Romain Grosjean could race monster trucks because he hits everything else on the racetrack.
see, I was gonna go something with like a.
I didn't
Lance-
say that. That's not my answer. I'm just
Scott
saying-
McLaughlin in NASCAR.
Oh, okay. That's okay. All right.
I feel like it would be very similar to SVG's.
I would say Shane Van Gisbergen in supercars.
That's fucked up, man. Come on.
No, see, I was gonna say Lando Norris coming over to do IndyCar.
I'm gonna throw up.
He hates Lando.
Why?
Because he's dumb.
You guys are a spitting image of each other.
Oh, I don't know about
If
all that.
Lando and Oscar
I think that's a
Piastri
compliment.
had a baby, you would come out looking like Josh.
I don't know about all that, but Daniel Ricciardo in NASCAR.
That'd be
I
fun.
would love to see that.
That'd be
Absolutely.
fun.
Bobby Pierce, NASCAR Truck Series.
So I'm trying to get it set up. Obviously, I talked to Sheldon Creed at Knoxville with Brett Moffitt. I'm hopeful. Maybe you guys can publicly push both sides here. Bobby wants to drive a stadium super truck, and Sheldon Creed wants to drive a late model. And they're both very successful in the opposite cars.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if we got either of them in the opposite one.
Well, we need to get them to set that up, and then we get the exclusive rights to like.
Yeah, I just want to get the credit for it.
Put that on live.
Yeah.
Can I pick Corey Day in dirt racing?
Yeah, you can actually. Knoxville Nationals podium finisher, and people still shit on him all the time on Twitter. Is that just a date? Is that a Downfords bit or what? Because I
don't know.
I know Downfords is doing a bit, but are that many people shitting on Corey Day? Like, do they not understand?
I feel like the thing with Corey Day, I have to. This night was a blur because I was sick as could be, but I'm pretty sure I remember watching Corey Day win at Knoxville, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" That would have been last year, right, Caleb, when we camped, and then yeah,
Yes,
no. Yeah, because Corey Day absolutely Millie rocked the field.
Okay.
Is that the same night that who was that the night? Who did Connor introduce himself to? Was it Quentin or someone?
Yes.
Was it Quentin?
Yes.
Even though they'd already met.
I've done that. I do that like once a week.
Oh no! Wait.
Tell people I got to meet you 5 times before I.
Or like he tried to introduce me to Damon or somebody. I don't know. Oh, bye.
Oh, what a prank! See you, Caleb.
Sorry.
I'm
sorry. I had to pop off the screen. I dropped something. Yeah, I think I remember that, and I was like, "Oh God, why is my screen doing that?"
You guys gave better answers than me on that, though. I'd take like a Ryan Blaney or a Austin Cindric in Rallycross, and that is my answer to the next one.
Do we have any updates?
No.
Okay.
It's dead. Nitro Cross, Travis Pastrana's
Austin
Rallycross.
Cindric run a supercar?
He's going to run a supercar.
Oh, he's going to. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that happened yet or not.
And great for motorsports. I love seeing drivers go and do other series that aren't NASCAR, especially when they're established stars like NASCAR drivers.
You know who does like to see that?
Take their name, image, and likeness, and NASCAR's brand, name, image, and likeness to other series to get more exposure from fans that might not typically watch NASCAR. And see, that's the correct way to think about it, because I'm not a redneck idiot dipshit like Steve Phelps.
Whoa.
Sorry. Blackout Wednesday is a success. We got to do this every year.
You got any other questions?
Hopefully Thanksgiving falls on a Thursday again next year, and we can ram it right back in.
Stupid.
All right. What else you got? Come on.
I have 3 more. I have what type of racing deserves more attention? You can't pick monsters.
Correct. Correct.
F1. F1.
Thank you.
The Arca Menard series. That's my answer.
Oh God, everything's falling apart on me. I could get behind that.
We've known that.
Listen, man.
This episode is brought to you by.
I want supercars to be more mainstream.
Yeah, definitely.
Australian supercars.
Connor needs to pay attention to them more.
I do. You're right.
I would go back in my free time and I watch like race recaps of the supercars. I sat through the entire like YouTube recap, full replay of the Broadhurst 1000.
So, originally I was going to say rallycross. We kind of talked rallycross a little bit. I love that sport. I think it needs to. It's every aspect of racing in one series. You don't get that anywhere else. I think that part's really fucking cool. I have a sneaky 2026 pick, and you guys are probably going to be tired. You're going to be like, I'm tired of you talking about them. Supercross next year is going to be insane. Hayden Deegan is going to be in the top series for the first time. And God damn it, that kid just...
I'd be so happy with any type of Supercross that doesn't include Deegan.
So Josh already hates... He's a...
One of my former bosses...
He's 18 and a half years old.
One of my former bosses follows like motocross very heavily, and he hates him. Just
the stupid shit that Hayden Deegan has done in his career.
Yeah,
he's also defended. You will be wild, like just absolutely taken aback by the discourse in the Supercross community.
Yeah, because he literally said he's like, I can't wait to move up because this is boring.
Dude, he went into that one race. He had to wreck the guy to win, and he's like, It's not racing dirty. I'm gonna do what it takes, and I'm probably gonna wreck him.
Yeah, and then injure someone.
Yeah, so he would also.
It happens. Yeah,
he would also be good behind a monster truck.
I think he'd be good in the Trackhouse one.
It's the same person.
No, you know what? No, I'm stepping up for Ross Chastain, as I always have on the show. He's much more of a respectful racer than Hayden Deegan is.
Okay, I will accept that.
Also, when you tune in, Jet Lawrence probably will be winning. He is a superhuman athlete. Guy's fucking insane.
He is fun to watch.
Doesn't look too bad either.
Okay.
How do you want me to say that? How could I say it more subtly?
Your next question.
There's two-parter here. Favorite NASCAR memory, favorite IndyCar memory.
You have to give us these ahead of time.
I was going.
This is fun.
Did the text not send?
My favorite.
I gave you two at a time here because I could fill a little bit of time, and I could a little bit there. See, and I'm giving you time to think, and I'm giving you time to think about the other one while you're answering one. Josh is trying to.
I have my NASCAR
time
one.
And giving you more space.
I have my NASCAR one.
Yeah.
I'm torn between two. Mine would probably be Gordon's final win, or watching Jimmy Johnson at the Brickyard send it 3 wide while the motor was blowing up. That lives in my head often because I just think about the what ifs. If he pulled that off, that would have been like the greatest thing I've ever witnessed.
Okay, so
I think I might have my IndyCar one.
I have my number 2 is Casey Kane winning at the Brickyard. That's badass. One of the best finishes in NASCAR history. My number 1, you're gonna be pissed at me. It's Chase Elliott winning. It would probably be going to Talladega with my dad and like crying because Jeff Gordon wrecked on lap 7 in the Pepsi throwback scheme that I was obsessed with, and asking him if we could go home now. That one's pretty good. And then seeing, I think that was the same day that Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski.
Yes, we talked about this last week.
But my favorite one is being with my dad in my parents' house in 2020, watching Chase Elliott win the title. And you kind of thought he was going to win like a few more, not just one, but it was cool. He grew up an Earnhardt fan. I grew up Jeff Gordon. And then he's now like a big Hendrick guy because of Larson and Alex Bowman and all that stuff. So he had magnituded magnitude gravitated to Chase Elliott. Hello, JoJo. JoJo's now watching. Thank you for joining us on a Blackout Wednesday, JoJo. I hope you're celebrating. Yeah, being a Gordon fan explains a lot, he says. Yeah, no, I saw that rainbow paint scheme and I was like, that's my guy. That black paint scheme, too boring. And now my favorite college football team wears black and white all the time, and old people get mad about it, and I sit here and celebrate it. It's a great time. Caleb, how about you?
My favorite IndyCar one would be watching Joseph Newgarden win the Indianapolis 500 twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
One of those he had an illegal initiator.
Yeah. He passed tech.
That's yeah. He did pass that. It was sitting in the museum with the tech pass.
Yeah.
Brad says Indy 1992 with the Al Unser Jr. Indy 500. I feel like that guy won more. Did he win more than one, Brad? Brad, comment again. Let me know.
Yes, he did.
Jojo, who's Tim Wilson? Al Unser's won 4, hasn't he?
Oh, don't give me into the specifics. Oh, welcome back.
Sorry. As Caleb knows very well, I have the bladder of a toddler, and so then you involve drinking with it. So
can you introduce yourself to JoJo? He was one of the people that texted me congratulations for getting the Undertaker on.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so IndyCar.
Oh, JoJo. Yeah, I know who that is. So yeah, yep.
IndyCar was Newgarden in the Indy 500. NASCAR. Man.
I have mine already.
I almost want to say watching Ryan Blaney win his first truck race at Iowa.
Okay.
And then like the kind of part 2 to that is it was also then very cool being in the stands, seeing him win his first truck race, and some backstory to that. He was a horrible restarter and had several late race restarts to overcome en route to that. I was literally like sick to my stomach watching that race in the stands. But then like the part 2 to that would be being in the stands to watch Blaney win the first cup race, there also. So to be able to say I've seen Blaney's first, truck win, and then his first, the first win at Iowa is pretty cool.
Technically his first and last Iowa wins.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really want to make this like looking back, I'd love to make it Dan Weldon winning the Indy 500. I was a huge Dan Weldon fan. My parents gave me an ultimatum when I was a kid. And IndyCar was, I think, first or second year they were at Iowa. We had tickets to the IndyCar race at Iowa. I had a travel baseball tournament, and I had nationals for roller hockey in Colorado. They asked me where I wanted to go. And I said, okay, let's go to Iowa Speedway and do the IndyCar thing. And didn't really care about the baseball. I was like, okay, I guess we're doing hockey. They had asked me thinking I would just choose hockey, which is completely fair. But IndyCar at Iowa, as you guys know, best product on the planet at Old Iowa Speedway. So I'm in Colorado, and I get out of the rink, get back to the hotel, and I read like, hour and a half ago, Dan Weldon wins at Iowa Speedway. And I'm like, Dad, you motherfucker. So that was pretty fun. I don't remember the Indy 500 like when it was live. I think I had a baseball game or some shit that I wasn't watching it live, but I saw what happened after that. And the shitty thing is I started cheering for J.R. Hildebrand after that because he raced for Panther Racing where Dan Weldon was at. And then Dan wasn't full-time the next year. So that was a whole thing. We've had J.R. Hildebrand on the show. I've asked him that question. It's a good interview. Look it up, please.
Yeah, let's be real clear. Dan Weldon was not any time the year after that. So let's just make that clear.
He raced the 500, and then he had signed a deal to race for Andretti the next year.
Yeah, he didn't race anywhere that year.
Or sorry, that was ahead of the Vegas race. He raced at Indy and Las Vegas.
You said the next year, and I just wanted
Yeah, okay. You're good. Good clarification.
Did not race at all in 2012.
You tell me if this is a cop-out, and I will find a different answer, but my favorite IndyCar memory is having lunch with Graham Rahal and talking about college football in Ohio State for 45 minutes.
For anybody else, it would be valid, but for you, it's a cop-out. No,
Yes.
I get it. I understand why that would be your favorite.
It's fun. It was because there's some guys that don't like talking about racing. There's some guys that love it, and I will sit there and geek out with you. But I'd covered college football like full time at the time, and there was questions back and forth about this and that, and like, I hope Ryan Day succeeds because otherwise Matt Campbell might not be at Iowa State. Like. It was just a cool conversation, and he's always said hi to me and remembered me since then. I think he's a super stellar person. So
I would just say too, my second.
Also, can I do one more?
Go for it.
Having the entire Always Race Day crew to watch Post Malone after the IndyCar race and the whole festival weekend, we were all together. That was the most magical fucking feeling I've ever had.
Connor bought me like 4 beers. It was electric.
Oh, good. I'm glad I did. I forget doing that.
My second IndyCar moment behind watching Newgarden win the Indy 500 is definitely
I was there.
The concerts at Iowa Speedway. So
those are unfortunately.
You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. We were having a good time.
My 2 was my first ever IndyCar race I ever watched was that Indy 500 where Weldon won. But I think what tops it for me is just
that's a wild first.
Yeah, and what tops it for me the most was I think watching Pato win at Iowa in person. I remember physically like in tears in the stands because I was so happy.
Were you there the year that Pato won the Indy 500? Oh, wait, never mind. My bad.
Wow. Damn.
I do feel for him because I do love Pato. the best part is
you physically watched my heartbreak in person when he went into 3 and spun out.
So every time I bring Josh to an IndyCar race, he always ends up watching a Penske car win. So we go to the Indy 500 and he has to watch Pato Award spin.
Not only that was Newgarden's first Indy, right?
Well, yeah. So then he goes on to win the Indy 500. And then the next year, Pato pulls off this amazing, pass. I even looked at Josh and I'm like, oh, shit, he's got it because that was a beautiful move. He learned from last year. That was fantastic. And then Newgarden fucking takes it back. It was so great. But I feel for Pato for sure.
I think it's been Newgarden every other time except Pato twice and Polo at Indy this year.
Well, there's gotta be one other time too where like
it was Power. Yeah, so it's been Penske Award twice and then Polo. And I've probably been to 13 IndyCar races.
So I don't have any Cyclone Fanatic duties to attend to. Do you guys want to do a trip to the Indy 500 this year?
I mean, listen, Josh and I have gone the last 3 years, so.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to press pass?
Oh no, I don't know if that's for me. That sounds boring.
Okay.
We were pretty hammered in the stands.
If you guys want to go to party, I will take you with us and we'll split it up, and that's fine.
We'll talk.
Either
but
way.
I mean, Josh and I, I'm sure, plan on being there in some aspect again this year. So
Wait.
This will
Just
be
renew
my
tickets
day.
every year.
fifth. This will be my 5th Indy 500.
It'll be
Hopefully, there's someone that
fourth.
is flying from Indy and can get to Charlotte at a decent time.
That's what you
And
need to do. You need to get us on a helicopter from Indy to Charlotte, and then
Helicopter.
There's one guy I will ask, and I'm not gonna ask him that question.
I have a guy that's potentially right on the other side of this wall that might be.
Yeah, that would be different. But yeah, you need to find somebody that's going that way and just ask if they want 3 extra souls on board.
I could maybe get in contact with Larson Spotter and tell him that we're just gonna sit there and gas him up. Like, all the energy, like, we'll bring it.
I mean, Larson won't be there, but
oh yeah, because he won't do the Delta. Yeah, well, that was the only plane that I had any connections to, and it would just be through Kyle. So, which would also definitely be a no, unless he really needed a hype man, which I will be. We will be hype men. If Graham, if you're listening, love you, buddy. Good to see you again. If you need a hype man and you want to fly anywhere, let me know.
yeah, Graham, I love you so much. If you
Fuck off, Caleb. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. Sit. What a fun episode. See, I like these questions I come up with. We're definitely going to duplicate them at some point, but it's fun for the holidays when we don't have real shit to talk about too much.
Everybody have a good Thanksgiving, and special thanks to 7-Figure MSP, the Weiser Companies, and Chris Weiser for sponsoring us.
Caleb, real quick, do you have any names to call Steve Phelps?
Two-Faced.
Okay, I'm calling him Buddy McButtface.
Oh, okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Josh?
That toxic X.
Toxic X. All right, beautiful. Shout out to Chris Weiser. Thank you. Happy Blackout Wednesday, everybody. Don't actually black out. Don't recommend it. And do not contact the jury in the NASCourt case. Don't do that.
Let me be clear.
Let me be super clear. Don't even think about it. Okay, we will see you guys next Wednesday. If you're a fan of Always Race Day, we'll see you on Tuesday. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming. A lot of stuff I'm excited about, and expect more content in December than you got this month. Brad, thank you for listening. JoJo, love you. Appreciate both you guys, our 2 super fans. Yeah, that's all I got. You guys good?
Yeah.
I did just hear from my roommate that he said he'd be so down to go from Indy 500 to Charlotte.
Get him in here.
That's expensive.
You get him in here? Get him in here.
He's not here right now. I've been texting him.
I thought he was listening to the show.
No, he's in Chicago right now.
That fucker. God. My boss is in Chicago too. Hello, Sean, if you're listening. Appreciate you. But yeah, watch the USAC race Saturday. We'll talk about it Tuesday. Yeah, that's all I got. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Love you all. See ya.